For as much as I'm not in a drawdown on my Profem funded account, but I need to be honest with you guys, the process at which I traded last week happens to be a bad process. That is just the truth. Quite alright, I was able to close the week with 0.2% of my starting balance for the week. But the process at which I was able to scale through for last week happens to be a bad process completely. If I had tried as much as possible to be kind of patient, there's every tendency that at the end of the week for last week, I might even be closing the week for, like, let's say 2% or 3% profit. But because of my aggressiveness, because of my impatience of a thing, I was able to close the week with a 0.2%. And one of those things I realized in my trading for last week happens to be the fact that I overtraded my account. And this is one of those things which I didn't do when I was trading my phase 1 and phase 2 challenge account. But on getting to the funded stage, I realized that a kind of spirit just came inside of me, and I want to kind of make a withdrawal very fast. And that was the reason why during the week from Monday up till Friday, I was just over trading. And thank God, within Thursday, I was able to realize my mistake that, bro, what are you doing? I know my setup. I know that for every time, maybe if I lose 3 times, just one profit from one setup can cover up for my 3 losses in a row. So why then am I trying to rush the process? Why then am I trying to make withdrawal as fast as possible? So I had to just keep it calm on Friday, and I took one beautiful setup on GBP USD on Friday, and that setup eventually happens to be what put me in 2%, no, I'm so sorry about that, in a 0.2% profit for the week. Because to be honest with you, in the process of trying to overtrade during the week, I already go about 4% drawdown, although it is not intentional, because the gold funded trader people, there's a kind of spillage if I am right, that happened during the NFP day, and that spillage put me into extra 3% loss. I had a total 4% lost for last week, from Monday across till Thursday. But to the glory of God, the setup I took on GBP USD on Friday happens to be what cover for my loss on that account, and I was still able to close for the week with 0.2%. So this week, I am going to try as much as possible to follow the due process. What is the due process? The due process is not overtrading on my account and going back to that ritual or the process I used in passing my phase 1 and phase 2. And what happens to be the process? The process is one setup per day, no more, no less, be it in profit or be it in loss. I only take one setup in a day. But for this last week, believe me, only on Monday I took about 4 to 5 setup on Monday alone, which is very, very crazy. So in this new week, I don't think I'll be repeating such mistake. I want to allow the market to do whatsoever it wants to do. If the market is presenting me with just, let's say, 2 opportunities in the week, I am fine with that, even if it goes in profit or even if it goes in loss. I don't want to be in a rush to make withdrawal. I don't want to be in a rush to make withdrawal. But one thing that I am certain about is I am not going to lose this account. And just like I have said in some of my videos, I would always show up here to update you guys what is happening currently on my account. And by the time I make my first withdrawal on this funded GFT account, I am still going to share it with you guys. So I want to wish you guys a happy new week and a profitable week ahead of you. Stay blessed and keep safe.